saying, but I think at some point, fuck the street code.
Listen, you know me, I'm not in the street, so I'm always fuck the
these
street
guys
code.
are businessmen, man, and here's the thing. And this is all alleged. I don't know if Pooh Shiesty did any of this, right? I'm just going off the stories I heard. I know that Pooh Shiesty wouldn't do that to a white man.
Well,
whenever you hear these stories,
let me ask you,
it's literally always the black executives getting put in this position by black.
Well, let me ask you this question.
You'll never hear name a white.
No.
What about back in the day?
Hold on. Let me ask.
Suge Knight and who's the guy who did the
Vanilla Ice was an artist. I ain't talking about him. I'm talking about the executive. Well, ain't no artist running down on the white executive.
Well, the question I have is, because we can't.
There is some truth to that. Seems to be like a rap cultural type of thing. But anytime there are rappers within particular demographics, when it comes down to doing something, let's say this situation with Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane, where Gucci Mane is in a position where he is literally this man's boss. And you would think if there was any disagreement or anything like that, at the very least, Pooh Shiesty probably would have just cut ties, no more communication, bought himself out his contract or whatever. Instead, he decides to attempt to rob this individual who is his boss. And it does beg the question, why is that energy put towards this man who has essentially helped you, put you on, so to speak, right? Gotten you rich. But for some odd reason, if this was someone else, maybe of a different type of look or pedigree, whatever you want to call it, this energy probably would not be given, you know? So I think it is strange too. And I do agree completely with what Charlamagne is saying there.
Looking back, it's only happening to other black people, but is there security in that, knowing that he's not going to snitch or he's not going to involve the authorities, right? Because they have this.
And that's the cultural thing, the rap cultural thing I am talking about, which is absolutely stupid. But I'm sure that's what Pooh Shiesty was betting on. He's not going to snitch. He's not going to say anything. Stupid. But yeah.
Street code. Whereas, like, would Pooh do it to?
I don't even think, if this is true, I don't even think Pooh was thinking like that. I think Pooh was just literally a person whose mentality is still that of
the street.
So but this Pooh is how I know how to handle situations.
But Pooh would never do it to you because he knows that you're not going to abide by the street code. So regardless,
I don't believe that. I don't believe he would.
Really?
No, I don't believe that at all.
I thought you were positing the theory that it's black artists do it to black executives. They wouldn't do it to white executives.
I've never seen them do it to a white executive. Well, white executives out here with the same contracts. Who do you think the black executive is learning it from? Yeah. And by the way, I don't even know if his contract was bad. I'm just saying that there are standard recording contracts. You ain't never. I've heard stories of people running down on Andre Harrell. I've heard stories of people running down, of course, on Diddy. I've heard stories of people running down on Eazy-E. But you ain't never heard stories.
Clive Davis got run down on by.
But we're not going to keep it street. Is my point.
Oh, I want to know.
I don't know.
We bleep it. Who?
Lisa Left Eye Lopez. Apparently, she claims.
Lisa ran down on Clive?
Yeah.
But that's not, see what I'm saying? I'm not saying that that's not.
With the crew.
Oh, she had guys with?
Yeah. So I'm sure any of you guys who do follow, let's just say hip hop culture, you know that this is true. Unfortunately, it seems as if when we're talking about, things dealing with the culture of hip hop, there seems to be a bias, a negative bias at that, towards individuals that are looking like Pooh Shiesty, looking like Gucci Mane, and not caring about maybe a retaliation when they're, in those positions of power. For whatever reason, however reason they got to those positions, there just seems to be this disregard for it. So if I decide to kick in your door, if I decide to, steal from you, threaten your life, you're not going to say anything because we're a part of the same culture. race, creed, whatever, and you can't do that to me. Or you shouldn't do that to me because you need to abide by some sort of street code. Even though I'm betraying you, threatening your life and your livelihood, maybe even your family, I'm not supposed to say anything because I'm supposed to follow some sort of street code and I'll get shunned and booed or whatever. Let me tell you something right now, bro. The foolishness is strong with this type of mindset. For years, I mean, I listen to hip hop music. I'm sure a lot of you guys do as well. And you can hear it. You know, you'll hear a lot of artists say things like no snitching, no ratting. And those things are a little bit different if you know like hip hop lingo. But when it comes down to the whole new no stitching rule, funny enough, individuals like Gucci Mane have actually said this as far as no snitching. He'll never snitch. He'll never deal with police officers or anything like that. Something to that effect. It's kind of biting him in the ass right now, but at the same time, I'm sure he doesn't really care. I'm sure he's probably a lot different than, let's say, 06, 07, 08 Gucci Mane. If you know, you know, he was a lot different. I'm sure he's done some maturing. I'm sure he realizes that the whole street code doesn't really make any sense, especially when it's someone that you're working with and they just don't respect you as a person or your position or the position that you put them in. It's just one of those things, man. It's very unfortunate. I can't really defend that. I can't really say that, you know, Pooh Shiesty didn't have this coming to him. Hell, I can't even say Gucci Mane didn't have this coming to him. The ridiculous, dumb street code thing, it's not really going to get anybody anywhere. Maybe in a body bag, but that's really about it.